Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 753 of the Funny Music Podcast for Thursday, November 21st, 2024. The catch is, today is Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. This is a makeup episode because we missed Thursday. And the reason we missed Thursday is because I lost power. The reason I lost power is because it rained on Thursday. Now, you may not think that's not a big deal. It's rain. What's the problem? Well, it hasn't rained in New Jersey in over 3 months, and I think people forgot what we were dealing with. So people forgot how to drive in the rain. Somebody went off the road, hit a telephone pole, yada, yada, yada. I lost power. So it didn't come back until later Thursday night, and this is the first chance I've had to record a makeup episode. So, the title of this week's episode is Rhetorical Theory, and I have pre-recorded interviews coming up with Lauren Mayer, Steve Goodie, and Trevor Goober. And let's do the catch-up thing.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke failed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
Oh, he's right.
Luke wasn't able to join me for this makeup episode, unfortunately, so it's just me. Last Saturday, I did some filming with my acting teacher on a film called Call Boys. It's a short film that involves a middle-aged woman who is sick of dating and decides she just wants to marry a male prostitute, except she doesn't have a whole lot of money, so she gets kind of the dregs from the bottom of the barrel, and I'm one of them. So it's a pretty funny script, and I'm looking forward to seeing the end result. I've also been putting together the FuMP Volume 107, which shipped out today to subscribers. I'll talk about that more during the news. The other night, we recorded episode 3 of Random Acts of Horror, my new horror podcast, and I was hoping to work on editing episode 2 today, but I didn't get a chance to, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do that. And the other thing in my little world is I finally remembered to schedule the release of my video for WAPC, Wet Ass Pussycat. That's scheduled to go live on YouTube on December 13th, so I will be plugging that I'm going to try to put together some 20 or 30 second clips and share them on Instagram and TikTok and try to build up some buzz for the video. So that's pretty much all I've been up to. Let's get into our first song. Here is What Doesn't Bleeping Kill Us Makes Us Stronger. And I do swear on the show, but it's censored on the title and in the song, and we'll talk about it. Here's Lauren Mayer.
They say what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, so we should all be feeling pretty freaking strong. Remember, when things don't look great, the path of progress isn't straight, but why does it have to take so freaking long? I'll have several bleeped out swear words in this song. We've fought these fights before, picked ourselves up off the floor, regained our hope after the times we've lost it. So while it isn't fun, we gotta do what must be done, but cut ourselves some slack 'cause we're exhausted. They say what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, even when our values take a major hit. Like that old joke, we can enlist the outlook of the optimist, who's sure that there's a pony under all the shit. Like I said, I will be swearing quite a bit. It's gonna be a long 4 years as their side gloats about liberal tears. Some family gatherings may be tense and skittish. Meanwhile, these schmendricks will ensure us lots of Michigas censorus. At times like these, there's nothing quite like Yiddish. They say what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Strength we'll need to help us rise above the muck. So although our hearts are hurting, our loins loins we will be girding to fight the latest outrage from that schmuck who every day has us all saying, what the fuck? When you think you can't take this shitstorm any longer, remember, though it doesn't thrill us, what doesn't freaking kill us will freaking make us all much freaking stronger.
I'm here with Lauren Mayer. How you doing, Lauren?
I am, under the circumstances, just fine.
You're fine. Yes, you're getting stronger every day, from what I hear.
Yes. No, I'm doing okay. You know, gotta just one day at a time focus on what I can do instead of worrying about the state of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good.
So tell us about this song.
Well, let's just say, and again, I know we have a variety of political perspectives among the FuMP community, but for those of us who were really supporters of the Harris Walz campaign, it was a little of a shakeup. And we were, you know, like anybody who's disappointed after an election, I was not sure if I could find anything funny to write. And so I did one that was just a rewrite of the first time Trump was elected called Guess I Picked the Wrong Week to Quit Sniffing Glue. And that was fun. I rewrote that because it was more about the reaction. And I thought, I'm not ready to deal. I basically did a 2-week news blockade. I didn't read the news or pay attention to anything because I just needed to rebound a little bit. But I kept thinking, you know, we've gotten through other challenging times and it, you know, challenges can make us tougher. That's the whole premise of weightlifting. You strain the muscles and it makes them stronger. So I started looking at what doesn't kill us makes us stronger and started swearing, and it just the two came together, and that was my weekly song for the week after the election.
Yeah, there's a lot of bleeps in this song.
Yeah, and it's hysterical. It's not like I don't swear in real life, but in general, I don't swear in my public performing or in my videos, although I left out one at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say you missed one.
I did miss one because I was rushing to get it out because I've been really busy with other work, so I rushed and I missed one. But it's not like it's, you know, people swear a lot these days, so I don't think I shocked anybody. But yeah, I had fun with it. So that's what the song was about, and now I'm back to, you know, I'm putting out a song today about Matt Gaetz withdrawing as Attorney General nominee, and I'll be back to actually writing about specific things that happen. But
okay, cool.
Talks.
Yeah, my first reaction was like, yeah, generally what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but then there's situations like you break your back and you end up, you know, paralyzed from the chest down. That's not stronger, you know?
No, what helped me was I mean, I like historic fiction anyway, and there's an English writer named Rosamund Pilcher who, it's basically 20th century Jane Austen, just, you know, English country villages, and it's very picturesque. But she has a couple of novels that take place during World War II in England, and talk about a challenging time to get through. And you're reading how people are basically decent and they can survive all sorts of stuff in really challenging times during wars or other upheavals. And, you know, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when my friends' brothers were getting drafted in the Vietnam War, and that was a really scary, ugly time.
Yeah.
So there, you know, we've gotten through other times. And so not everything that doesn't kill us makes us stronger, but a lot of things can. So that's my hope, or at least, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a song that Dr. Demento has played occasionally. I don't remember the artist, but the song is something to the effect of "We've been through some crappy times before."
Yeah.
And it's a very, like, encouraging song. You know what I mean? Because, like, yeah, there have been, like, terrible situations in the past.
I actually did one, I don't know if I've ever submitted on the phone, called It Could Be Worse. And it was, you know, at least I'm not in Salem trying to prove I'm not a witch by drowning instead of floating. It's not the Spanish Inquisition. You know, I kind of joked about that. But
yes,
you know,
that's on the FuMP from February of 2021.
Yeah, okay. So, and that I wrote when we were still in the worst of COVID. Um, but I didn't want to put that one out now because for a lot of communities, it really couldn't be much worse. I have some trans friends. I'm
Hmm.
actually performing in a benefit for one tomorrow night. They don't see any way it could be worse.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of with them on that. So I thought maybe not that kind of thing. But yes, we have gotten through other really challenging historic times. And, and I know some people who voted the other way and they're not bad people. I have some, so, I think some of the things that if he does really happen would be pretty horrible. And I'm a little worried about my mother who's on Medicaid and a few other
Hmm.
things like that, but we'll see. So,
Yeah, I spend a lot of time on Reddit, and the subreddit called "Leopards Eating People's Faces" has gotten a lot of traction lately.
leopards eating people's faces.
Yeah, it's a I forgot where it originated, but the full phrase is, "I never thought the leopards would eat my face," says the woman who voted for the Leopards Eating People's Faces party.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
I know.
all exactly stuff like that. It's people who voted for Trump and are now finding out that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act and they may
Right.
lose their health insurance. And, this one guy who, voted for Trump because he supported the tariffs and then found out that he's not getting a Christmas bonus this year because his company is stocking up on supplies before tariffs get implemented.
Right.
You know,
Or people who voted for him because he's going to solve inflation. How? Well,
how?
because of tax cuts. Well, unless you're a billionaire,
Yeah.
you're not getting a tax cut.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean,
That's my goal, is to make what's the over 400,000. I think you'll get a tax cut. So my goal is to make like $350,000 in the next 4 weeks. You think I can do it?
yeah, sure.
All right. Well, that's the kind of positive, upbeat thinking we need in this country right now.
Yes, exactly. Positive. And the other real bright spot is that so far the people he's picking are so incompetent that they're not going to be able to do very much. And his party, even though they've got the trifecta of the House, the Senate, and the White House.
Don't forget the Supreme Court.
And yeah, but they're bickering amongst themselves so much.
Yeah.
That between the infighting and the incompetence, we're in okay shape. And the other thing is, isn't that hopeful between the incompetence?
Yeah.
And that may be my next one. We'll see. So yeah. Oh, my friendly neighborhood sirens. I don't know if you can hear that in the background.
I can hear them. Yep.
Oh, the joys of living in a city. But yeah, so that is, and yeah, I've got to hold on to that. And we'll see. And also, he's not that interested in doing the job. He just wants to get rich. So
that, and he wants to avoid, being
prison.
prosecuted for anything. And it looks like he's going to do that. So
yeah, most likely. Although not the state stuff.
Well, the sentencing for his hush money trial was just postponed indefinitely. So.
Oh boy.
And I knew that was coming. I absolutely knew that was coming.
Yeah. At this point, okay. It's like somebody was saying, one of the Republican, I think it was Kayleigh McEnany, was interviewed on some Fox thing about Matt Gaetz withdrawing. And according to her, he's basically playing three-dimensional chess because picking somebody that controversial makes the rest of his nominees not look so controversial. And this was really strategic on his part. It's like, no, he just picks people he's seen on TV who cozy up to him and tell him he's brilliant.
He's not even playing checkers. He's playing Connect Four.
He's not even playing Connect Four. He's playing wah, 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 wah. He's playing
basically
tantrum. And so, but at least, he's not picking all the Project 2025 people, not very many of them.
That's good.
So I'm reassured that I will still be safe being Jewish in this soon to be named a Christian country. So yeah, I mean, you got to look on the bright side somewhere. So,
yeah. And
artists survived the McCarthy era. That was really
that's
awful.
True. Yeah,
losing jobs, and so far nobody's losing their job yet. So we'll see.
Yep.
And so I mean, I'm trying to be funny about it.
I was just going to say, just keep making funny songs, and we'll get through this.
I'll keep doing it. Stephen Colbert did a thing. Somebody said, I don't know if you saw this. Somebody said, well, actually, this is great for you because you're going to have so much material. And he's saying, that's like telling a janitor, wow, you have so much to work with. And somebody just had explosive diarrhea all over the bathroom.
Yeah. Job security, right?
Job security. I know, like my husband and I joke because he's a drug and alcohol counselor and I'm a political satirist. It's like, well, you two are going to have lots of business for the next 4 years. So, yeah, there's definitely stuff to make fun of. And I do believe it helps. I'll give one little history bit since I'm kind of into this England during World War II kick. There was a show called It's That Man Again, a radio program in England during the 30s and 40s. And it was a sketch comedy show that many think is like a forerunner for Laugh-In and Saturday Night Live because it was a resident company and they made fun of everything. But during the war, they made fun of Hitler and they called him It's That Man Again. And a lot of people credit Londoners not wanting to surrender to the fact that they had that show to listen to when they were in the bomb shelters or the tube stations all night during the Blitz because they made fun of Hitler. Like,
that's
okay,
great.
If they can make fun of Hitler, I can make fun of Trump. So, yeah. So that I figured that that's my little way of helping. So, we'll see.
All right.
So a little plug. I'll put in the Trump. It's Trump. God, FuMP. They shouldn't rhyme. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Newsletter. I'm doing my Jewish Mother show, trying to defend the Jewish Mother character in January, which will stream. And then I'm also going to be doing a benefit for the trans hotline. There's like a organization that's a hotline for trans people who are going to need some help, and I'll be doing a benefit for them in January as well. So
okay, great. Yeah, let us know all the details of that and I'll put it in the news. I
would love that. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and I hope everything goes well as can be expected. And and who knows, I'm sorry I missed seeing you guys all at FuMPFest, but soon.
All right, talk to you later.
Good to talk to you. Bye.
Look at all the tasty people.
This is the FuMP.
Hannibal Lecter, he's eating liver, Chianti, some nice fava beans. This is his dream.
Me hate your cookies, stop drinking asking me. Me reject all your cookies, though you ask me constantly. Screw all your cookies, evil corporate entity. Oh, you and your cookies can all suck it. Hey, you know what?
It's got California class and Roddenberry style as we're cruising every prime timeline, light and mile. But forget about the bridge and come on down, my friends, cause the lower decks is where the real action begins. And time again, the junior staff is always proven that they keep the ship afloat, lower decks keep it moving.
Lower decks, lower decks, lower decks,
lower decks keep it moving.
Lower decks, lower decks.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, I have been posting episodes of the FuMPCast in order to get caught up on the ones that we missed while the archive.org website was down. Unfortunately, I keep forgetting to post them, so I'm going to make a note just to try to get caught up this week and get all the episodes posted. The FuMP Volume 107 is now available in the store at thefump.com, featuring all the songs from September and October of 2024, including Cookies by Steve Goodie, Poopin' on the Clock by Stu Sauce, Donald Duckin' It by Ross Childs, Lower Decks Keep It Movin' by the great Luke Ski, and many, many more, plus a behind-the-scenes video taken at FuMPFest 2024, featuring the Consortium of Genius, Sulu, Ross Childs, Luke Ski, Insane Ian, and all sorts of other crazy people. It was a great weekend, and it's a cool video showing you like what we went through behind the scenes to make it happen. This year is the 25th anniversary of Family Guy, and to celebrate, Fox has released an EP of songs from the show. Now, it's only 8 songs. It's roughly 13 minutes of music, but it's definitely worth a listen to, including such classic Family Guy songs as You Have AIDS, Prom Night Dumpster Baby, and Shapoopy. So head over to your favorite streaming platform and give that one a listen. Weird Al Yankovic was interviewed in Music Connection magazine. You can read this interview at musicconnection.com. Al talks about the new band members joining him on the tour. They are all, as he describes, multi-instrumentalists. As he says, quote, "You can't just play guitar, you have to also play tenor sax and be able to sing and do a stupid dance," unquote. That's not for each of them. They each have their own specialties, but he did announce who they are. The additional members of the band will be Monique Donnelly, who was one of the female background singers that Al has worked with in the past, Sheila Gonzalez, who toured with Dweezil Zappa and Men at Work, Probin Gregory, who played with the Beach Boys for a very long time, and Peyton Rose Veligan, who is the youngest member, and her band has opened and toured with Foreigner. In other Weird Al news, Al's merchandise is on sale for Black Friday, so you can save up to 30% on various pieces of merch over at shop.weirdal.com. And the FuMP newsletter went out the other day. If you're not on our mailing list, you can view it at tiny.cc/FuMP1124. That's tiny.cc/FuMP1124. With stories about the FuMP Volume 107, the FuMP on Blue Sky, a bunch of featured videos, and the Brobdingnagian and Bards Kickstarter, which I didn't know about until Lee pointed me to it. I don't remember when that... Let's see if that's still happening. I might be too late to talk about it on this show. Was successfully funded yesterday, so that's good. How much time is left? How much time is left? It doesn't say. Why doesn't it say? Oh, the campaign has ended. Okay. So, I guess it ended yesterday. Sorry, guys. All right. That's it for news. Tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goodie hosting at the Bluebird. On Sundays online, Two Sleeps. Mondays online, Steve Goodie and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Mondays and Tuesdays online, Bill Larkin. On the 22nd in New Orleans, Louisiana, the Consortium of Genius. On the 23rd in Bend, Oregon, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On the 23rd in Gloversville, New York, Drew Jacobs. Also on the 23rd in Queensbury, New York, Drew Jacobs. That's not a mistake. He's playing two different shows on the 23rd. On the 23rd on Zoom, Carla Ulbrich. On the 24th in Utica, New York, Drew Jacobs. The 27th in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, Carla Ulbrich. The 29th online, Carla Ulbrich. The 30th in Martinez, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. The 30th in Akron, Ohio, Toby Danger. On the 1st in San Jose, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And on the 2nd online, the virtual comedy show featuring Carla Ulbrich. All right, second song of the week is the new one by Trevor Goober, formerly known as Trevor Walls, for those of you who remember his other song on the FuMP. Here is Gilmore and Josh.
What are my fall plans? Thank you so much for asking. I'll be watching Gilmore Girls with a bottle of Josh. Watching Gilmore Girls with a bottle of Josh. I'll watch Gilmore Girls, then I'll watch a little more, and I'll pour a glass of Josh. Yes, I am alone, and yes, I am okay. Watching seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 every day. We don't talk about 7, it's a mess. I'm just a Rory Gilmore looking for my Jess. Where you lead, baby, I will follow. Reality shifting all the way to Stars Hollow. They've got sweaters and books and coffee and Carole King. I want to live there, God. I'm fine. Who needs therapy when the only thing your eyes can see are the Gilmore Girls? With the taste of Josh, ooh yeah. Gilmore Girls with a bottle of Josh. Gilmore Girls with a bottle of Josh. Gilmore Girls, watch a little more, pour a glass of Josh. Who needs therapy? Pour a glass of Josh.
I'm here with Trevor Walls, or now it's Trevor Goober. Let's talk about that first. So why the change?
You know, I knew you were gonna say something, Devo, and I'm glad to answer it because I feel like I'm so early in my career that this might be the only time anyone actually cared about me early enough to notice and point it out. I used to go by Trevor Goober when I started in the industry very young, and I didn't want to use my real last name. And obviously, as I went into the actual industry and became myself and an adult, and I'm an actor and a comedian, I was using my real name. But the more that it's kind of just about accepting who I really am. As I'm a comedian. I ended up doing this SAG project last year with, oh my gosh, so many talented people, Rob Corddry, Doug Benson. Like, it was an incredible project. And I had to kind of officially choose my industry name. And there is a Trevor Wallace out there. So my team was like, maybe we should change the name. And it's like, you know what? Screw it. I think I should just accept, my fate and go all the way in. So it's all in. It's permanent.
So you're officially Trevor Goober in SAG.
Officially for good. Yeah.
Nice.
In SAG, in life. Yeah. And on the FuMP, most importantly.
Yeah, that's what surprised me, because I was looking at the calendar for coming up, and you changed the name without ever telling me, and I'm like,
oh gosh,
who the hell's Trevor Goober? And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's very alluring. No, won't happen again.
No,
unless it
fine.
will. Maybe every year.
So tell us about this song.
Yeah, I'm surprised to be talking about this song on the FuMP. I'll be real with you. I think I've done a lot of purposeful comedy music, I'd like to think, in my life. My project that I was on here with last year, Mr. Zimmer, was very live music focused. And I've been enjoying the last couple months, especially. I've been posting songs on the internet, first to ever do so. But for me, it's, it was more like just a challenge to kind of put what I find funny into like 45 seconds and just sort of a fun platform. And it's weirdly really paid off. Like I just get a lot of response, and it's always such a cool thing. Like I wrote a song about Patton Oswalt a month or two ago, and Patton Oswalt responded, and his family responded, and they thought it was so funny. And so there's something really cool that I hadn't really considered about putting turns out when you post stuff, people respond to it. I didn't know that. Here on the FuMP, I'm used to kind of being passed by. So I was really surprised with how this year has gone for that. And this was sort of one of those off the cuff moments of a confession of an embarrassing fall festivity that I was partaking in. And I thought I should put this to music, and really didn't consider it to be a song of its own. And then I was kind of surprised that it seemed to really resonate with people. I don't know how many FuMP listeners it'll resonate with, but yeah. So now here I am talking about it on the FuMP, and you were very kind to put it up. So
you're a big Gilmore Girls fan?
Oh yeah. It's it's a lot to admit. It's a lot to come to. I know I'm not, I don't think I'm what the usual fan base looks like. I wish I could say it was like my mom, or there was some sort of family. No, I found it on my own. It's it fully just, yeah.
See, I've heard good things about it. I've never seen an episode, so I wouldn't know the first thing.
I don't know if I recommend it. That's, I will say it's embarrassing enough to admit that I made a song about it. So take that as you will.
Okay. So what exactly is Josh? I don't drink, so I'm not familiar.
Okay. Yeah, Josh is who? How much do I want to say about this? I think this is safe for me to say. So the irony is that Josh is kind of the cheap Costco wine, right?
Okay.
Like Josh is the wine that
comes in a box
if you're watching Gilmore by yourself, And the reason I'm hesitant is I did end up getting a response from Josh. They were very kind to let me continue on with the song, but they took it a little too kindly, I think. They were like sending me Josh. They were like so happy about the Josh. So, but they did end up pulling out of a sponsorship. So I think it's fine for me to say it's not the best wine. It's not the best wine. There, I said it. But if they do reach out next FuMPCast I'm on, I'll probably be ranting and raving about how great Josh is. So,
Okay.
Just depends. I'm very easily bought.
Yeah, we all are around here at this point. Kind of have to be.
It's the way. Yeah.
So you spend an evening alone with a bingeable amount of Gilmore Girls and a bingeable amount of boxed wine, and you're good.
Just a guy in his 20s. Yeah. Just enjoying the, it's a very autumn-esque show. I'll say that. I think I've heard from other people. Well, now that the song resonated, I've heard that, a lot of people are similar, but, not a lot of people are admitting it through song, I think. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very cool.
But there's others out there. I'd love to know if any FuMPers hit me up. If there's one FuMP fan, that can relate to this, I'll be pleased.
I'm sure there are Gilmore Girl fans among the FuMP listeners. I don't know that the Gilmore and Josh combination. I don't know that there's another one of those that specific, but yeah, you might get some Josh fans, and you might get some Gilmore Girl fans. I don't know that Venn diagram is going to overlap.
Yeah, the hybrid is what's singular. I agree. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. This song, I should also mention, humble brags here, but it was, what was the coolest thing? Like Josh Wine was one thing, but Lauren Graham, who's like the star of Gilmore Girls and has done a lot of incredible work, she loved it. She's the lead of the show, and she posted it, and that kind of, it was a surprising amount of response. A lot of the actors from the show, Sean Gunn from like Guardians of the Galaxy, who was in Gilmore Girls, responded, but also people not in Gilmore Girls, like Thomas Lennon responded, Angela Kinsley responded. It was really bizarre, because I guess I figured out which celebrities are Gilmore Girls fans too. There's
apparently
in troves, apparently. Yeah, it was really cool. So I mean, and embarrassing, because I really did think I was just kind of putting that out for the I didn't know that there was going to be millions of people who would now know what I'm up to, because I'm not usually as truthful. I should say that too. Frogs is not exactly like an honest soliloquy.
Yeah.
So this one, it did cut kind of deep. It was revealing, and I guess that's why people related to it.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe you should be more personal more often. You have bigger hits.
Yeah. I got to sell out and just let it just diary entry songs from now on.
Yeah. Let's see. What can I do? Like Doctor Who and chocolate covered pretzels. Let's see. I could,
Hey, I'd relate to that one. Yeah, that's great. What do you think of the new Doctor Who season? Sorry, that's off topic, but
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a step up from the Jodie Whittaker run, which I thought had some of the worst writing in the entire history of the show.
Yeah.
So I liked Jodie. There were some good episodes in there. And then there's that Sea Devils episode, which is so bad it deserves to be studied. And so the Ncuti Gatwa episodes, they ranged from decent to very good. I thought there were,
yeah,
I enjoyed them.
Same. I thought it was very fresh too. Just fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to more. The Christmas special comes out in about a month.
Oh yeah.
And the new.
I hope we get a new Devo parody based on the special. I'm going to manifest that, putting that out into the world.
I still have to do a song about Jodie Whittaker's run. Contemplating calling it "What the Flux."
That's good. That's a must. Yes, please. That's great.
All right. So do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah. I've got a lot. I've been doing these internet songs. I'm going to start releasing those on little EPs, like little volumes. I've also got, how much do I want to play? I've got a Christmas single coming out November 22nd. If you're a fan, it's not quite hilarious, but it's definitely on the novelty side. It's sort of a tribute to the disco novelty hits of the 70s, and with a certain fictional character that comes around this time of year. So you can you just think of what that might be, and that's what it is.
Okay.
And if you're into that sort of thing, that's coming out November 22nd, trevorgoober.com. I also have some incredible collaborations that I don't want to reveal too much in, but in the last episode of the FuMPCast, the most recent, I guess I'll plug that I do have a duet coming out with a really awesome musical comedian that we all know and love that is related to somebody mentioned last time. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And go off and enjoy your Gilmore Girls and Josh.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's about time. Always a pleasure. Thanks.
Take care.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio. www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback, that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback.
Lee, let's sing a song about Lee, let's sing a song about
Lee, you're testing my ADD.
Eclectic Lee wrote, Fumpers, please visit the website for the October FuMP newsletter, tiny.cc/FuMP1024. Look at the video winners. They should be numbered counting down from 3 to 1. That's what it looked like when I edited it, and probably when Devo proofread it. But yes, I now see that the numbers appear in the opposite order. Apparently, email clients don't support the reversed attribute for the OL tag. News to me. Published apology forthcoming in the next newsletter. Yeah, that was news to me too. I didn't know that either.
Hey, log!
Oh my god, it's you, not again!
And over on YouTube, A-Log wrote, to help Luke ski out a bit, the comedian behind The Old Philosopher was Eddie Lawrence. That was on Dr. Demento's 20th anniversary collection back in 91. And as for that Spotify playlist you guys thought up at the end, thanks for inspiring me to make a topic for my show come 2025. Granted, if I have A, enough songs to fill out an hour and a half, and B, if I don't go on sabbatical again due to work, or C, if the world isn't turning into a parking lot come New Year's. And to Devo, if you've ever seen the sitcom Rock, the title character also had a few run-ins with the neighborhood drug dealer named Andre. Hearing your situation with the neighbors reminds me of that. I do remember Rock. I watched that in college. All right, we have a third song this week. This one is the new one by Steve Goodie. Here is Eggs.
Welcome to Alabama. What? You're pregnant? Or you froze some eggs? Sir, you better have the little lady step over here. She's got eggs, and we know how to use them. That's what Alabama says. If anybody spooges them, they're babies, even frozen and microscopic. And any thought of the mother's health or curing some disease, by God, we're gonna stop it. She's gonna carry that baby, even if she's still a baby. Girl's got no rights. This embryo has rights until she grows up to be a woman. Then she's a broodmare, made to be a mommy. We don't care about her bodily autonomy. When Jesus started up America, he made our national religion. Didn't want to separate church and state. Now you get back in the kitchen. She'll be fine. She'll have 8 or 9 to start. Girls got no rights. Honey, let the embryo have a turn on the seesaw. She's got eggs, but the state really owns them. We got new rules and regs about them, they're fallopians. She'll enjoy her downgrade. Commanders love their handmaids. If you thought it couldn't happen here, hey buddy, hold my beer. If she don't like government in her body, we'll get her a lobotomy. Girls got no rights. Thank you, alt-right. You wanna go to the slammer for about 100 years. Girl, you're in Alabama, every egg is sacred here. But don't you raise no queers around here.
I'm here with Steve Goodie. How you doing, Steve?
Hooray! Happy dystopia.
Happy dystopia.
Yay.
So tell us about eggs.
What do you need to know? They're expensive.
Yeah, apparently that was the deciding factor. So
that was. Can't afford eggs. We're all getting cholesterol poisoning. You don't know. The ZZ Top, legs, eggs. Ha. There you go.
that's all there is to it, right? Just legs, eggs, ha.
I wanted an excuse to play 80s keyboard, electric guitar, synth punk stuff with a banjo. And I found a way.
Oh, that'll do it.
I would think.
So what does this song have to do with Thanksgiving?
Nothing. The one I was working on, which I realized I would never get it done in time for today, is vaguely about Thanksgiving, and I may finish it. We'll see. But that wasn't going to happen in time. I tried.
For the people at home, the reason I asked is I had to rearrange the schedule to squeeze in another Thanksgiving song, and Steve had Friday's slot instead of Tuesday's slot. No, yeah, Tuesday. And I was like, hey, is your song a Thanksgiving song? He said, yes. So I was like, all right. So we kept him here. And then he posted
That'd
eggs. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, nothing to do with it. It's maybe a Passover song. I don't know.
I don't know. Would it be?
We enjoy eggs on the Passover plate.
Okay.
Thing. Is this shirt right? I don't know. I'm wearing flamingos today. That seems like a Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a Thanksgiving thing. Do people eat flamingos on Thanksgiving?
I've never eaten flamingo.
I haven't either. I imagine it tastes like chicken, like every other bird in the world.
We do. We stand around on one leg a lot. So I think this is our best interview ever.
Probably, yeah. So this is from your latest album, The Adventures of Super Dork and Fangirl.
That's correct. And I think this is the one track other than the interstitial tracks that hasn't been on the FuMP yet. So
okay.
I think you've got the whole thing now.
All right, so you're not going to post the interstitial tracks. So thank you.
I might. If I can make one of them be about Thanksgiving, I probably will.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else is going on? Oh, are you back at the Bluebird doing the Sunday night thing? Okay. I wasn't sure. So I started announcing that on the tour dates again, and I was like, I should probably ask if he's doing that again.
I am, unless I'm doing something else. Yeah. But I try very hard to be back here. In fact, I was just on tour. I was with a band called the Red Wine Effect from like 2012 to 2018. Mm-hmm. They broke up because one of our members moved to Oregon, but they had a reunion tour. They started planning this 5 months ago, and it just happened this past weekend. And they were still on tour with just the getting home part of it on Sunday, 2 days ago. And instead of that, I flew home. I spent nearly $300 to go to the Bluebird and earned $60.
That's good. That's the type of financial thinking that's going to get you through the next 4 years. No problem.
That's right. But I miss a lot of Bluebird when I'm in Edinburgh, and sometimes other things. Sometimes FuMPFest keeps me away. Not this year. Sometimes MarsCon keeps me away. Not next year. I will be flying so that I can do both. But since I'm missing so much of it in the middle of the summer, I really try to miss as little as I can.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what else is going on with you?
I don't even know where to begin.
You doing your Al show anymore? Any place coming up?
Yeah, I actually have something of a residency at Agave's Mexican restaurant here in Nashville every second Tuesday of the month. So we'll be doing it again December 10th. It's Taco and Accordion Tuesday.
So a Mexican restaurant has the Weird Al show with you like monthly?
Yeah. You want to know my secret?
Sure.
They don't know what's going on. Really, I don't think they understood it at all when we were describing it. Even after they saw it once, I still don't think they got it. But my friend Linda, who's the producer of this show and who's the reason I kept working on it to get it on its feet, is friends with the owners.
Okay.
And she just, hey, you got this back room and there's very little business on Mondays and Tuesdays. How about we bring something in? You sell food and drink. We take whatever donations we take. And they said, yeah, sounds great. Even if we don't know what you're doing, we've got a busier restaurant because of you. So great.
How's it been working?
Sorry. Yeah. I am still struggling with this show to get its middle part to work. It starts pretty strong. It ends really strong. And then there's this middle part that I cannot seem to get the laughs where I want them to be. And everybody kind of, yeah, okay. Then when we get to the end, it's always a big, the part where I insist on a standing ovation. I've been getting 2 standing ovations because people are not sure where exactly they're supposed to do that. And they're very happy to do it. So that's all great. I just got to get the middle propped up. So I'm still working on tweaking it, trying to get more jokey, trying to give Bob more of a role. Bob, as you know, is the heart and soul of this show.
Yeah.
He does not have enough of a role, so we're working on that.
Hi, Bob.
Yeah, we are. So I wish I could do it more than once a month, but even once a month is a good thing and allows me to watch the tape of the last one, see where it still needs work, and try to figure out how to punch it up. So,
are you planning to go back to Edinburgh next year?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I bought a flat there. I better go.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I may stay. Let's see how it goes.
Can't blame you.
Right, Bob? Yes. Even Bob didn't vote for that guy. And he's got no brain at all. That's all he could tell. I'm supposed to do something to make him Christmassy. I think I'm going to give him a red and green tie.
You could do that.
I think so. There's not a whole lot more you can do. He doesn't have any arms.
You could put a Santa hat on him.
A hat. The trouble is he does that very enthusiastically, and I guess I'd have to tape the hat on. I could do that.
What you need to do is get a very tiny, like long-haired wig, put it on him, and play some heavy metal. So he's like,
yes. Oh man, I could get like 4 of him. I could green screen this and
yes.
Wayne's World.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I may just do that.
Cool.
Finally, something to keep me busy through the winter.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. So do you have anything you'd like to plug?
SteveGoodie.com.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
You bet.
And we will catch you next time.
All righty.
Later, dude.
Bye.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah. All right, Teasing. Yesterday's song, Friday's song is already live. That's by Mikey Mason. And Tuesday's song is by David W. Jacobson. And for the Spotify playlist topic this week, I'm going to do Thanksgiving and Black Friday because duh. And that will be a show. So thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice. Luke Ski will be back next week. And later, folks.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Shout it to random people on the street. And be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
"Damn it, Devo, I had power."